Welcome back to Hardball. A political prize fight is the best description for Kentucky's fancy farm political forum, where candidates come as close to mano-a-mano combat as anywhere in politics. Well, this weekend, Senate candidate Alison Lundergan Grimes did battle with Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, while a tent full of supporters cheered, jeered, whooped, and hollered. Here are some of Grimes' best lines.
What a huge crowd for Senator McConnell's retirement party. Mitch McConnell were a TV show, he'd be Mad Men, treating women unfairly, stuck in 1968 and ending this season. Seriously, I don't know what's more dysfunctional, Senator, the way you run your campaign or your Washington, D.C. After 3 decades in Washington, you've just given up. You don't care about us anymore. Thanks to you, D.C. stands for doesn't care. Senator, you seem to think that the president is on the ballot this year. He's not. This race is between me and you and the people of Kentucky, while we intend to hold you accountable for your 30 years of failed leadership.
Wow, and he was in the room. And then 30-year incumbent Senator Mitch McConnell took the stage himself and did his best to make Grimes a stand-in for President Obama.
By any standard, Barack Obama has been a disaster for our country. That's what you get for electing someone with no experience. He was only 2 years into his first job when he started campaigning for the next one. Sound familiar? And every time he got in trouble, and his inexperience became obvious, he called in Bill Clinton. Sound familiar? With so much turmoil around the world, we can't afford a leader who thinks the West Bank is a Hollywood fundraiser. There's only one way to begin to go in a different direction. That's to change the Senate and make me the leader of a new majority to take America in a different direction.
This is something. Anyway, the Kentucky Senate race will be the marquee contest this fall, as you just saw. A big factor, by the way, in who's going to get control of the United States Senate next year. If this weekend was any indication, this battle will be epic. Huffington Post's Howard Fineman had a ringside seat. Also joining us is the former DNC chair and Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell. I love this stuff. Governor, I know you do too. This is real politics. It reminds me of the movie The Candidate. We have the young Robert Redford candidate against Crocker Jarman. This is the pro against the amateur. And you really don't know who's going to win, Howard.
Well, Chris, I did have a front row seat, and I started in journalism in Kentucky, spent almost 5 years in the state, so I know how they play politics there. This is as elemental and as confrontational and personal as American politics
Did
gets.
you see the face of McConnell when she's laying into him?
Yeah, and she had a frozen smile on her face when he was laying into her. They speak back to back. That's the way it goes. This whole campaign is very national, but also very personal. It's national because it's the Republican establishment against what's left of the Democratic Party in the South, but it's also personal and negative. This race is basically, whom do you like less, Barack Obama or Mitch McConnell? And it's a race to the bottom between the two, and it's going to be, for better or worse, almost entirely negative, especially from here on to November 4th.
Governor, this is what people usually put in their ads when they don't actually have to show up. They just say, this crap paid for by. But these people deliver the crap right out of their mouths. This is personal stuff. He's an old fart, basically what she's saying. He's an alta-cock. He's over there. He shouldn't be. This is his retirement party. Right. You couldn't get more personal about a guy who's 73 than that. And he's treating her like she doesn't know nothing. Anyway, it's great stuff, I guess. Why not?
It is good stuff. I was struck by 2 things, though. First of all, this is a terrible year to be an incumbent and a worse year to be a leader, because people are absolutely furious with what's gone on in the Congress. And what happened with the 5-week vacation, not doing anything about the border, that made it even worse. So I think Mitch McConnell has that against him. He's a leader. Ask Eric Cantor what it is to be a leader running for re-election. Second issue is the optics. The optics were shocking this morning when I watched on TV. Alison Lundergan Grimes looks fresh, young, energetic, and Mitch McConnell looks tired and old and past his prime. Those optics will play in her favor, and I think it's going to be very tough. You can put Barack Obama on the ballot, and that'll appeal to the base. but I don't know if the independent voter is going to go for that. So I think Alison Lundergan Grimes has an awfully good chance.
Yeah, I do too. Let me notice something. I noticed something about the way the governor was talking there. Did you notice how? Well, you do because you've been reporting this. That Mitch McConnell doesn't run for re-election as leader of the Republican Party in the Senate. He runs hoping to become leader of the Senate, generally, to be majority leader. Well, never admitting that he's already incumbent.
Well,
he's already the leader of the
that's
Republicans.
true.
He never says that.
Chris, I'm not just trying to praise you because you're the host of the show, but that's the story that I haven't written yet. It's McConnell's attempt to run as the change agent. You heard what he said at the end.
The way things
he said,
are.
let's change things and elect me. So, but I agree with the governor. I think people in Kentucky have known him for 30 years, Mitch McConnell. They don't think of him as a change agent. I don't think that's going to work. And
what about coal?
Well, coal.
He talks about he's the coal man, like all he cares about.
That's true, and I think that's Alison Grimes' weak spot because they're desperately trying to tie her not only to Barack Obama, but to Harry Reid, who once infamously in Kentucky said that coal makes you sick. And that phrase has been plastered all over the state. Alison Grimes is going to do well in Louisville. She's going to do well in Lexington. She can't afford to be wiped out in the coal regions of the state, which is why Bill Clinton, as Mitch McConnell said, Bill Clinton's coming in on Wednesday. He's going to campaign in the coal regions of eastern Kentucky. And that's the sort of micro-politics.
Governor, where do you think the glass ceiling lies? I mean, I sometimes think there are states on the coast, for example. I've noticed this. Women senators all over the place, up and down the California coast, Washington State, California. There were 4 of them. You got East Coast. You had a couple from Maine, a couple from New York for a while. They're alternating. And it seems like, is Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, are they ready for getting rid of that glass ceiling for U.S. Senate?
I think so. Look at the primary results in 2008 in Kentucky. Hillary Clinton won by 37 points. There are a lot of working class women in Kentucky who might surprise you on Election Day, Chris. Remember, Hillary won by 37 points.
Well, also, there was, in Kentucky, quite frankly, it's still a state where whose governor is more important than whose senator.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
there has been a woman governor of Kentucky, Martha Lane Collins, and who was sitting next to Allison. The other thing about Allison,
Ed Rendell always thought that was the case. By the way, it's more important who's governor.
Yes, right. The other thing about Kentucky, about Alison Grimes, is she's Kentucky through and through. I know this sounds silly, but she rides horses and she could outshoot Mitch McConnell, and she's Kentuckying it up. She's what they call in Kentucky a handsome filly, and she's tough. She's very tough.
You call her that. I call her Cat Ballou. Remember that? Anyway, thank you, Howard Fineman, my favorite Jane Fonda movie. Thank you, Ed Rendell, of course, governor of Pennsylvania.